Alright, welcome everybody to the 7th race, the Super Mario 63 No Major Skips Tournament. Today, we're going to see Dignity race versus April. Dignity is top 4 on the leaderboard, and April is 11th. For those of you that haven't seen SM63 before, I'm just going to try and explain it quickly. It's a fan game made by Runo. It's a 2D platformer that combines elements from SM64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. And the version the runners are going to be playing on is made in 2009. And as you can probably tell, this is a flash game. Yes, Freezer, I can see chat. The no major skips category consists of collecting 32 shines in the game, since that's what's normally required. There are secret passages and such that you can use, and you are allowed to use those, but you have to complete the shine requirements to enter an area first. Just gonna check to see if the runners are ready yet. And looks like they're already off. Alright. So right now you're gonna see them going through tutorial 1, the first section of the game. This can be quite RNG heavy, especially the last room. There's a skip that you have to do where you jump off of a bird, and if the bird is in a bad spot, you can just miss the skip. None of them got bird soft lock. Yes, there's this soft lock in room 1. What can happen is a bird can just go below Mario, drag him past the sign, and you get soft locked. April leading tutorial 1 already. I don't know the route very well, but I can still try to explain the strats that they're going to be doing. Both of them are going to collect the first required shine first, and then they're going to exit level, which skips the cutscene of having to count up the coins and Mario exiting the painting. Oh no, looks like Dignity had some leftover file data there.
Let's go.
Does NMS do shine cancels? Yes, I'll explain that in a bit. So it looks like Dignity is going into Secret of the Mushroom, which is a secret shine, and April has gone into Bob on Battlefield. April is going to get, I think, the silver shines first, which you have to collect 5 silver stars to get the shine. Alright, now April's going to be doing a trick known as a shine cancel. Basically, the trick works by keeping a shine, grabbing a shine, and then staying in the level. And the way you do it is you triple jump, and you pause on the frame you touch the shine, and then you dive. And apparently when you switch animations in this game, while grabbing a shine, it can have some interesting side effects. Missing a shine cancel is also a very costly trick. If you miss it, it can lose you several seconds. I think the one in BOB Silvers is something like 15 to 20 seconds. Dignity going for the wrong warp. If you pause and enter the loading zone on the same frame, it'll warp you to the wrong spot. Looks like April quick game there. Quick game. The problem with pause exit out of a shine or a shine cancel is it does not reset your, it doesn't update the shine counter, and you need the shine counter to update so that you can access new areas. April's going to be going into Snowman's Land next.
Let's go.
I guess I should explain the route a bit more. The goal is to get 8 shines as quickly as possible and then enter Bowser 1, because once you do that, you unlock Rocket and Turbo Flood, which are significantly faster, and if you can gain height or move quickly, then that speeds up several sections. So once you get 8 shines, both runners will immediately go into Bowser 1. Dignity getting the shine cancel there as well.
Let's go.
April here is going to be going for a zip. If you hover into that corner, you can just teleport into the shine. I don't understand how it works, but it seems to be faster. Apparently it's free. And Dignity going for it as well. Now, in Dark World, both of the runners will be using a dev pipe that was left in by the developers, and it allows you to skip all of Dark World and go straight to Bowser. Yeah, Dev Warp makes that section so much faster and easier. It's really useful. And looks like April and Dignity both getting key 1, and they can finally unlock Rocket and Turbo. Except it turns out this key was a trap, and so now you have to play a second tutorial section to learn how they work. This section is also required. There's a way to skip it, but this is no major skip, so it's not allowed. Looks like April is going for hitting both of the switches. I don't know what Dignity will go for. Yeah, looks like he'll go for it as well. There's an incredibly difficult strat that you can do. You can do a bird skip here as well to skip hitting the switches, but I don't think anybody's going to be going for it in a race because it's incredibly difficult, and it's also very RNG heavy. April going for air rockets in room 2 of tutorial 2. If you rocket upward through a semi-solid platform, it'll recharge the nozzle meter, and so you can just rocket again in midair.
Let's go.
Next up is Shifting Sandland. I believe the runners will collect all 3 of the shines in here, but I'm not sure. SSL is what's called a mini course in this game, so there are only 3 shines instead of 5, and all of them are quite fast. April got the 2 outside shines, now heading into Pyramid for the last one. And now you'll notice the runner's quick game, and the reason we do this is it's a trick called flood preservation. If you quick game, the game still thinks you're an SSL, and so you can keep flood into secret shines where you're not supposed to have it. And so, for example, April's going to be going into Garden right now. She can use Turbo Flood to clear out enemies faster. Since we're onto Green Shine, I should also explain how this section works. It's not technically an auto-scroller. What you have to do is you have to kill a certain number of enemies, and that's what causes the boss to spawn. So her goal is going to be to kill enemies as quickly as possible and make it through this. There is also quite a bit of randomness in this shine, so we'll see if the runners get good RNG or not. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell who's ahead here because it looks like April spawned the first pipe, so she might be a little bit ahead. Because here you can't really keep track of who's killed how many enemies. April now going into the boss fight. The goal here is to ground pound Goon Boss 3 times. It's not that hard, but you do have to be mindful. After the first ground pound, there's a weird invincibility delay, so that's why you see the runners doing a slight hover before the third ground pound. And oh no, April missing it, and Goon Boss jumping up into the air. That's gonna be a time loss for sure. And Dignity getting the kill without the extra cycle, which is gonna save him some time. Looks like Dignity is going into Wet Dry World next. There are a couple different routes for basement, and it looks like Dignity is going to be going for Wet Dry World, of course. You only collect 2 shines in Wet Dry World, I believe. April is using the Flood Preserve trick I mentioned earlier to grab this secret shine called Frosty Flood. It's just really fast, and it's even faster since you have Rocket. Dignity is trying to get a turbo onto the left side of the stage here so that he can grab hover and then the shine, but it looks like he missed it first try. Let's see if he can get it. Yeah, there he goes. Why is the left one pixely? I think that's just Dignity's stream being slightly lower quality, I'm not sure. Oh, and Dignity missing the shine cancel as well. Yeah, that's very costly. He has to re-enter the stage after that. Interesting, April's going for Sky Secret instead. This is another secret shine. I think this is quite slow. I'm not sure why the runners are going for this, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's changed since I ran the game like a year ago. It looks like Dignity is going to be going for Wet Dry World Reds as well. Interesting. So Wet Dry World Reds is a weird shine because what you have to do is use a trick known as Weird Coin Glitch. Essentially, if you collect 1 coin and then die, it'll spawn the shine because of technical reasons that I don't really have time to explain. April going into Boo's Mansion, she did a triple rocket to get back up to the top. Essentially, if you pause and rocket on the same frame while on the ground, it'll give you a double rocket, and then you can pause buffer again in midair to get a triple rocket. What platform is this game for? It was originally a Flash game, so you can play it on anything that supports Flash, essentially.
Let's go.
April and Dignity both entering HMC at about the same time. There are a couple different wrong warp routes that you can use here, and we'll see which one the runners will be going for. Looks like April is going for a wrong warp right off the bat towards probably the cage shine sprite, and she didn't get it. Grabbing the Vanish Cap in that first section and keeping it all the way over to the cage shine sprite is not an intended strat, but it's significantly faster, so both runners are doing it. Then here, April's going to be attempting to break this box. If you spin it in the right way, it'll break even though you don't have the metal cap, and Dignity doing it as well. And you can just get to HMC secret faster than you would normally be able to. Looks like April's leaving HMC right about now. I think she'll be going into Bowser 2 next. Yep, looks like she's going into Bowser 2. I believe both runners have said they're not going for the Bowser 2 red strategy. If you do Bowser 2 reds and then shine cancel it, it's a couple of seconds faster, but it's also much riskier, so looks like neither of the runners will be going for it today. If you miss it, it can cost you up to a minute, so it's a really big time loss. April will be going for a cutscene skip now. If you die at the end of this fight, it'll skip the cutscene afterwards. If you fail this, there is a backup, but you have to close the game and reopen it, so it's significantly slower. Dignity going into Thwomp's Castle. Another secret shine. I think this is what he's doing instead of the Fire Sea Reds, or sorry, Bowser 2 Reds. Looks like April successfully got the cutscene skip, and she's now going into upstairs.
Let's go.
April's going to be doing a trick known as a wind buffer. If you can stay in that wind box and pause buffer, the wind effect will stack multiple times, which allows you to do this huge jump and get up to the loading zone above you. Both runners will probably go for Secret of the, Blast to the Lonely Mushroom first, because you can get Rocket Flood, which breaks all the other shines, and they'll be using double rockets where they just pause, and then rocket on the same frame.
Let's go.
And Dignity just finishing up Bowser 2 as well. Looks like Dignity also got the cutscene skip. April missing the shine, having to jump again. Looks like that's the last shine from TTM from her. Dignity is currently doing wind buffer. And April will be going into Red Shine next, which is essentially an auto-scroller. You just have to wait for the level to load the bully. And there are also a bunch of enemies. It's essentially just enemy spam, so it's arguably the worst level in the game. So I'll be switching over to Dignity's audio for this section. Meanwhile, Dignity's making his way through TTM. Looks like he missed a rocket there. Successfully gets the top of the mountain shine cancel, going over to the silvers. Oh, and he fell all the way down, had to get back up. That's another pretty big time loss. Actually, probably only lose a few seconds. Looks like Dignity also going into Red Shine next. You need 24 shines to go into Red Shine, which is why both runners are entering at that amount. And fun fact about this game, Red Shine, as far as I'm aware, is the only area that we don't know of a way to access it early. So even in longer categories, like 100%, you have to get 24 shines before entering it. Alright, looks like April's about to spawn the boss. This boss fight is relatively easy. You just have to stand in a spot all the way to the right, and then the boss will essentially run to the right, fall into the lava, and then fall into the lava 2 more times and you're done. And unfortunately, looks like April missed the strat, and she had to take a very slow third hit instead.
Let's go.
The next stage is Rainbow Ride, and the reason the runners are going to pause exit, quick game right here, is we want to get Flood, especially Rocket, inside of Rainbow Ride because it allows us to do carpetless, but we can't get Rocket in Rainbow Ride quickly. So you can do the Flood Preserve trick I mentioned earlier in reverse. I'm not going to try and explain it because it's quite technical, but essentially you can do Flood Preserve in reverse to get it into main courses, and that's what she's doing right now. And since we have Flood, it's also worth going to a bonus stage and completing that right now.
Let's go.
April's going to be going into Carpetless next. Carpetless is RTA viable in this game. It's not that difficult to do either. Or certainly not as difficult as SM64. It does require some double rockets though. And I believe April will be going for one more shine in here, the Mansion Shine, and then moving on to TikTok Clock. Looks like Dignity's about to enter Magma Maze. He's also doing the Flood Preserve trick to get the floods in Rainbow Ride. April's going to be doing the Flood Preserve again in TikTok Clock to get Flood here. I believe the shine that most runners use here is Cave of Empuzzlement to get Flood. Yeah, part of the reason we use this shine for Flood Preserve is it's very fast. Without the double rocket, it's actually one of the slowest shines in the game, but with the double rocket, it makes it incredibly quick. And you can also just get Rocket Flood while inside of the secret stage, which makes it even faster. Dignity's... Oh, never mind. Looks like Dignity's going into TikTok Clock first. He just did a trick that... I missed it, but I'll try and explain it. There's another version of Weird Coin Glitch that you can do in TikTok Clock. If you collect a very specific red coin, leave the area, and then re-enter, you can spawn... The shine will already be spawned, basically, so all you need to do is collect it. April also going for a weird coin glitch, looks like. Yes. April now has 32 shines, so she can enter Bowser 3 and then finish the game. But first, you want to get Flood, because having Flood in Bowser 3 again is significantly faster. We don't need to do a Flood Preserve trick for Bowser 3, all you need to do is just get Flood in the castle lobby and then warp to Bowser 3. There's also loading zone right above the main area that they're going to use to enter Bowser 3. It's significantly faster than just the normal entry after you grab Flood. It's also used in any percent and allows you to skip pretty much the entire game. Dignity also going into carpetless. And right here, April is doing several rockets and double rockets to skip sections in Bowser 3. Since the developers didn't intend for you to have rocket flood here, they didn't bother to put a ceiling or anything that would stop you from going into a higher area. And so you can just skip the section where you're supposed to grab 2 keys, and the section where you have to use either rocket or turbo to get up. I missed it there. I think Dignity missed the cruiser shine cancel, which is going to cost him quite a bit of time because he has to make it all the way back up there. Yeah, it looks like he's headed to Mansion next. April is going to be doing a trick right here known as a zip. Essentially, if you get squished under a ceiling in that room, the game will just teleport you to the end of the room. And now into Fake Bowser. This fight is essentially completely consistent. Bowser will always do the same exact pattern every time, so you don't have to worry about knowing what he's going to do. There is a little bit of RNG still involved with what enemies he shoots, and if you're going for fireballs, how many fireballs exactly he shoots, but other than that, it's completely consistent. Essentially, RNG can only save or lose 0.5 seconds here either way. Looks like Dignity's also having some difficulty in getting up to the mansion for his final shine. What April's doing right now is, if you stay underneath Fake Bowser, then he'll ground pound instead of shooting fireballs, which is slightly faster. April's now going to do a trick where you try to skip the cutscene. If you can stay in midair for long enough, then the game won't stop you from moving, and you can enter the Sling Star during the cutscene. Unfortunately, it looks like she didn't get it. Next up is the space section. This section has reduced gravity. In the first room of space, you don't have access to rocket and turbo, but the developers, again, only put in a check in the first room. So once you get out of the first room, you're going to see her using rocket to essentially skip the entire space 2 and 3 sections. Dignity's also just entering Bowser 3 right now. Wait, Dignity's going into one of the key rooms? I think he's memeing. I'm not sure what's going on. We don't normally enter this room in no major skips. April going into the final Bowser fight. You have to spin Bowser against 3 bombs again. Yeah, looks like Dignity's going for the somewhat intended strat where you grab 2 keys in this section before progressing so that you can unlock the cannon. Dignity right there showing off an instant death. If you get squished by that thwomp and then pushed into the lava, it'll just kill you instantly. And April just finished the final Bowser. That means she's done with the game, right? Well, not quite. There's one more section that you have to do. You have to escape, because the story behind this game is Bowser created this meteor to destroy the entire world, and he put a force field around his castle so it'd be safe. Then Kamek reverses the force field so that will only explode Bowser's castle, and you have to escape while the castle gets destroyed. Yeah, looks like Dignity's continuing with the intended route. I think this is the turbo room. In the escape section, you're not supposed to have flood at all, but you can just press shift to switch flood and it'll give it to you. Yeah, this game actually has a surprising amount of lore for a fan game. There is actually, yes, Obama is canon in this game. There is a Toad that talks about Obama. April finishing with a time of 28:43 in-game time, and I think that's a forfeit from Dignity, so GG to both runners. That was well played. Yeah, congratulations to both runners for that. If you want to follow them, just type !R in chat. April is AprilSR, and Dignity is DignitySR on Twitch. I've been your commentator, Riley. You can find me at Riley Tass. And I guess I can see if any of the runners want to join me for an interview after the run. Yeah, it looks like April's going to be joining the chat pretty quickly, so yeah.
Hello.
Hey, so it looks like you got a 28:43. You happy with that run?
I mean, my PB is a 27:14, I think. So, like, it could have been better, but I came back to the game recently, so I'm pretty happy with this for this run.
Yeah, for a pretty recent run, only being like 1 minute off PB is pretty good then.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Nothing felt like it went horribly wrong. A bunch of stuff went a little wrong, but that's expected.
Yeah, it looked like you had a couple of minor mistakes, but I don't think you missed a shine cancel at any point during the run.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. Although a few of those wouldn't have been too bad anyways.
Yeah, a couple of the shine cancels only lose like seconds if you miss them.
Yeah, I don't... I intentionally chose a route that doesn't have any that are too bad. Like, HMC Lake, or HMC Cage is probably the worst one. I think.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you weren't doing Bowser 2 reds for that exact reason.
Yeah. And I did Rainbow Ride first, which is a recently suggested route change.
I see. Is it because the shine cancels in Rainbow Ride are just more costly to miss?
Well, so... The Rainbow Ride Cruiser Shine Cancel loses a decent chunk of time if you miss it, but if you do Rainbow Ride first, then you can instead Shine Cancel Tic Tac Clock Reds, and then do Tic Tac Clock Top.
I see. Do you have any other comments about your run?
Not especially. I'm interested to hear how Dignity's What Dry World strat went.
Yeah, I think he actually missed the shine cancel for Wet Dry World top. I'm pretty sure he did, so
Well,
yeah, that
maybe
would have
that
been pretty
one-
costly.
I don't even think that one saves that much time.
Let me see
I
if
don't-
he's
I don't
interested in
remember
getting
going
interviewed.
for it, and I don't think I ever went for it in 100%, but I know What Dry World has been optimized a lot for NMS recently, because just it's fast for NMS. But it's harder than Goose Mansion by quite a bit.
Yeah, I saw Sapling testing it the other day as well.
I love Goose Mansion. You just do 2 triple rockets.
Yeah, I don't do Booze Mansion myself in runs, but that sounds like it'd be fairly easy.
Easiest course in the game, perhaps. No, not even perhaps. It just is the easiest course in the run.
Alright. Yeah, I don't think Dignity's interested in an interview. I haven't seen him say anything, so I guess I'm just gonna end it here for today. Thank you guys, everyone. Thank you. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next race. Bye.
Yeah, what's the next race? Maju Fire Lemon on a few days from now?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when it is. I'd have to double check that. Again, if you want to follow the runners, type !R in chat, and if you want to follow me, type !C. See you next time.
See ya.